Hello all, welcome to this session. This is Tyagaraj. Okay, in this session, we will learn how to develop a C program to multiply two different matrices. In the sense, two matrices of a given order. Okay, while doing matrix multiplications, I think one should know that the size of the matrices, two matrices must be compatible in order to get multiplied. That means number of the columns of the first matrix must and should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Okay, this is the condition in order to multiply the two matrix successfully. Okay, with these conditions, these assumptions and conditions, we will start to develop a C program which can multiply the two given matrix by checking whether these two matrices are compatible for multiplication or not. Okay, here as usual, we'll start with header first. Say hash include stdio.h. Okay, then we'll begin the program from the main function. Okay, here we will declare all possible variables. We need three matrices. One matrix for matrix A, another matrix B, and third matrix is to store the product of these two matrices. Okay, we will take a first matrix as A of maximum order. We will take 5 cross 5. Similarly, another matrix A B, which is also of maximum order of 5 cross 5. Then product, which is also of 5 cross 5. This is the maximum order. Okay, maximum order. You can take even 10 cross 10 also. That means we will do matrix multiplication with respect to two matrices whose order is lesser than 5 cross 5. Then we will have some variables, say I for intermediate computation, say j, comma k, comma m, comma n, comma p, comma q. Okay, you will come to know in the later part why I have used these different variables I, j, k, m, n, p, q. Okay. Now this is a declaration. Okay, we can just have a comments. Okay, it's a good practice to include comments while programming. Okay, that is declaration of variables. Okay, then here printf slash n. Okay, enter the order. First of all, you have to check the order of the matrices. Therefore, enter the order of the first matrix. Okay, I will check that whether it is proper or not. Okay. At the end of the printf, you have to include semicolon. Then you read this order scanf percentage d k comma two variables are using. The order means two variables. Therefore, ampersand m ampersand n. That is the order of the matrix A is m cross n. Then similarly, printf second enter the order of the second matrix. Okay, then we will read that also using scanf. Okay, scanf actually reads the input values and store it in a variables. Printf actually tells what we have to input. Okay, ampersand p comma ampersand q. Okay, then end with semicolon. Okay, you just correct these statements. Now we have to check the compatibility of the matrix order. Okay, then you just check whether the m and n means m means rows, n means columns. Okay, here p means p is also row, a is column. Rows into columns. The order is measured in terms of rows and columns. Okay, therefore, in order to get multiplied that matrix A, the column number of the matrix A, that is n, must and should be equal to p. which is the row number of the second matrix. Therefore, we will check whether both are equal to each other or not. Okay. Therefore, if n not equal to p, it means what? If n is not equal to p, it is not possible to multiply. That is, we can just write here printf matrix multiplication is not possible. Okay, then we can exit here itself, exit 0. Okay, we can include here another header file hash include stdlib.h also. Okay, now next one is now assume after if it not n not equal to p. Okay, if it is not valid. Okay, if it is, that means if n is equal to p is true, in such cases it comes to the next statement, printf /n, enter the matrix A row wise. Okay, row wise I have to enter row wise. Then for I equal to 0, okay, then I lesser than m, I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, then similarly, since matrix will have rows and columns, this is I represent the rows, so we will have another counter variable as a j is equal to 0, j lesser than n, j plus plus. Okay, j plus plus. Okay, then we have to read the matrices. Okay, scanf okay, percentage d comma ampersand a of I, j. I represents row number, j represents column number, okay, and with semicolon. Okay, then okay, this is the end of the reading the first matrix. Okay, similarly we can read the second matrix. We can just have a cut and copy and paste this block. Okay, because here printf enter the matrix B, here also row wise. Okay, remaining thing is for okay B column wise. Okay, this is B column wise you have to write, because column wise, row wise, enter the matrix B column wise. Okay, then for I equal to 0, I lesser than, instead of another count, because here we are taking column wise first, j equal to 0, j, because rows has to be multiplied with respect to the column. Okay, rows of the first matrix must be multiplied with the corresponding column of the second matrix. That's why we will have in the place of j we will have I, in the place of I we will have j, and here the matrix is B. Okay, and also here this is similar. Okay, and also instead of m we will have p cross q. Okay, p cross q. Okay, for j equal to 0, j lesser than q. Okay, for I equal to okay here, sorry, q. Okay, this one is p. Okay, for because here p represents the rows and q represents, you can take here q represents the column, m represents the rows and n represents the column. Okay, therefore q represents here column, p represents the row. For j equal to 0, j lesser than q, j plus plus. For I equal to 0, I lesser than p, I plus plus, and it will be read into a matrix B. Okay, now this is we have read the matrix A. Okay, can have a comment here. say reading matrix A. Okay. Similarly, reading matrix A, and we'll have reading matrix B. Okay, now we have read the matrix A and B. Now we'll start to do the matrix multiplication. Okay, matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication for I equal to 0, I lesser than m, I plus plus. Then for j equal to 0, j lesser than q, j plus plus. Okay, then I will have p of I j, p of ij equal to 0, p of ij equal to 0. Okay, here once again that means we will initialize the product equal to 0. Okay, initially we will take it as a 0, and then we will be adding to that the corresponding value using the innermost for loop for k equal to 0, k lesser than n, k plus plus. Okay, here, okay, now we'll have, okay, for I equal to 0, this is actually the outermost rows of the matrix A, okay, and then for j equal to 0, j lesser than q, j plus plus. Why we have taken m into q? For example, if the matrix A is of order m cross n, and the matrix B is of the order P cross Q, since n and P, okay, the matrix A, okay, if you take here, okay, matrix A is of order m cross n and B is of order P cross Q. Since n must be equal to P, when you multiply, the resultant matrix will be of the order m and m into P. Okay, AB will be of the order. Okay, the matrix AB will be of the order. Okay, the resultant matrix. Okay, matrix AB will be of the order m cross q. That's why we'll have the outermost as m and innermost will have up to q. Okay, and initially we will have that is some corresponding, it is actually a dot product. Okay, we'll multiply one row of the first matrix with the corresponding column. Therefore, the elements will get multiplied. First element will get multiplied with the first element. That means the first element of the row will get multiplied. That is zeroth row. Okay, zeroth element of the zeroth row will be multiplied with the zeroth element of the zeroth column of the second matrix, and similarly the second corresponding element will be multiplied and added here. Okay, now for k equal to 0, okay, so for k equal to 0, then we have to include here, okay, what is how to find the product, that is p of I j, okay, p of I j, that is each element of the product will be equal to the p of I, okay, then j plus, okay, initial value is 0, that is initial value we already initialized here. Initial value is p of ij equal to 0. For k equal to 0, k lesser than n, k plus plus. And here multiplied value will be corresponding rows and columns will get multiplied. Okay, then star b of kj. Okay, then kj. Okay, then this one is the end of the innermost for loop. Okay, this is the end of this for loop, and this is the end of the outermost for loop. Okay, this is the actually the logic for computing the resultant matrix. Then now we have to print the matrix itself. Print slash n the resultant matrix is okay. Resultant matrix is okay. Once again in the same fashion. Okay, we'll just take it here for I equal to 0. Okay, resultant for I equal to 0, I lesser than m, I plus plus. For j equal to 0, your order only changes here, q, j plus plus, printf. Instead of scanf, you have to printf here because you are printing the value. Printf percentage d slash each element has to be printed, therefore I will take slash t. Then you will have p of I, j. Then after printing each row, in matrix each row is printed separately in a new line. Therefore, we need a slash n. Okay, slash n. Okay, this is the end of the program development. Now we'll check again. We'll see printf. Okay, here semicolon is not added here. Okay, printf scan. Okay, now we'll run and check this program. Before running, we'll save it as save matrix multiplication. Save. Okay, then we'll execute. Okay, showing some of errors here. Okay, pointers. Okay, p and q. Okay, p and q product here. Actually, we have taken same variable, that will take a product here instead of p here. Product. Okay, here. Okay. Now, okay, invalid print. Okay, here error invalid types. Int of int for array subscript. Print a percentage d slash it pr. Okay, pr of I comma j. That means okay, instead of pr we have taken p. Okay, that's why it's showing it. Error is 0. Warning is 0. Okay. Now we can run the program. Okay. Okay, here enter the order of the first matrix. Say 2 cross 2. I will take simple order. Enter the order of the matrix A2 cross 2. Okay. Enter the matrix A row wise. I will write row wise 56, then 45, 78. Enter the matrix B column wise. I will write 2, 5, then 6, 8. Okay, the resultant matrix is 304, 520, 480, 894. Okay, this is how to develop a program to multiply the two matrices. Okay, here one must make ensure before writing a program, one must understand the concept related to how to multiply the two matrices. Okay, two matrices. Then one to develop the program. Okay. In this session, we learned how to read two matrices using nested for loop. and how to multiply the two matrices using once again nested for loop. Okay. Thank you all. We will meet in the next session. We will solve some more programs. Happy learning.